The first response, unrighteous response that I can have when somebody wrongs me is anger. Now, if you got your Bibles, in Ephesians chapter 4, verse 26, and also Mark chapter 3, there's a very important passage. And these are also in your books, so you can follow along with me in this. But I want you to think about this. What is anger? What is anger? And here, notice in that notes there, it says, anger is an emotion that is generated out of the pain of living in a world filled with sin and of death. Now get that. Anger is an emotion that's generated out of the pain of living in a world filled with sin and death, both unrighteousness and justice. Now, see, anger in and of itself is not sin. Think about this. Think about Ephesians 4:27. Be angry, sin not. Be angry, sin not. Notice what it's saying. It's saying that anger in and of itself is not sin. But when somebody wrongs me and I get angry, the question is, how do I respond? Now listen to this in Mark 3:2. They were watching, this is about Jesus, and he was with the Pharisees. And they were watching him to see if he would heal on the Sabbath so they might accuse him. And he said to the man with the withered hand, get up and come forward. And he said to them, is it lawful to do harm on the Sabbath or to save a life or kill? But they kept silent. And after looking at them with anger, okay, watch this. After looking at them with anger, why was he angry? Grieved. Okay, here's anger. Why is he angry? Because he's grieved. Grieved at what? At the hardness of their heart. See that progression? Their heart's hard. Jesus is grieved at their heart being hardened. And that evokes in him anger. Parents, y'all may know this emotion. You know it is when one of your kids get hurt, really hurt, and all of a sudden, if you're not careful, the very first thing that will pop up in you when one of them gets hurt, you get angry. Or they get really sick, and you got to deal with it. You can feel this anger pop up in you. Well, that is just a natural emotion that comes out of it. The question is what do we do in that anger? The interesting thing about Jesus, I love this. He says, after looking at them with anger, grieved at the hardness of the heart, he said to the man, stretch out your hand. He stretched it out, and his hand was restored. Jesus got angry. What did he do? He healed. We get angry. Whatever. Destroy. Put hands through walls. Cut somebody out. Whatever. Cut somebody off. The driving. Whatever. But Jesus in anger responded to heal.